Hi, here to do a book review today. And before I actually show you the book, I wanted to give you a little... I've never heard of this book. I've never heard of this author. It is her very first book, and it was published in 2011. I don't even know if she's written any books after that because I haven't even looked it up yet. What this book has going for it, I've never read another book like it. There is no other books like it. I can almost guarantee that, because even like, I'm sure, witches, werewolves, vampires, they're overdone a lot. This isn't one of those books. It is a fantasy book. But on the other hand, if you are really into science, math, or you are a person who is a deep thinker, and, you like philosophy classes, and you ponder the meaning of it all, and it's not a religious book. It's not a religious book, but if you are amazed with, or if you wonder, it's a great interpretation. I can't even put my words to what I want to say. Can't even put my words with it. Okay, so this is the book, Luminous by Metcalf. Okay, let me tell you about the characters. The characters are so diversified that no matter what race, ethnic group, or anything, you should be able to find at least one character in this book that you can identify with. The main character's name is Consuela. She is Mexican American, and she is not a size 4 white girl. That's actually what it says in the book. And I think that you'll really enjoy the diversity of characters. There's a Native American, an Asian girl, even different groups within a group. Like, there is this boy in here who wears the black trench coat covered in buttons. There is the blonde, popular, pretty girl. And these are all good characters. Like, there's only one bad character, and he's just a character. But, like, there's a lot of diversity among the good characters, so I think that you're really going to like it. This book, to me, is a 5 out of 5 star book. The plot is complicated. You are not going to want to be interrupted when you read this book, because you will get confused if you just try to muddle through it. Also, I wanted to speak a minute about the cover. The cover is beautiful, and it is accurate in the book. However, I think that this cover speaks to girls a lot more than it does to boys. And the book, the inside, to me, is more grotesque than most girls would want to read. And I think that that's why the Goodreads rating is a little lower than I think it should be. Because if you actually read this, there are some gruesome parts in here. And there's some really cool parts. And I think men would love this book just as much as women. But it's the cover. It's the cover. And although the cover is beautiful, I think that it should have been... I think that it should have been like a skeleton with fire flowing all around it. And maybe butterflies on like the edge. Or something. Like, I really think that there was something that they could have done different to get Consuela on the cover. Now, okay, this is the spoiler part. This book is about a girl named Consuela who finds herself in this unknown world. And in this world, it is made up by the flow. And basically, from what I understood, that this is like people who are in a coma. This is where they go. And their job is to help other people keep from dying before their time. Like, they help people not commit suicide and things like that. Like, they give them hope. Or they're like guardian angels or things like that. Sometimes there's this one guy and his job is to do nothing but protect babies. I don't know why, but that's... And all their powers are different. Her power is she can literally take off her skin and walk around as a skeleton. And she can become things. Like, that's why it has butterflies. Like, she can turn butterflies into her, like, her skin. Like, she can become butterflies. She can become the air. She can become water. Although, in the book, she calls it skins. And she can take them off, and then she has a garment of whatever she made them out of. And she just feels it, and she does it. She even becomes flames at one time. But for the most part, throughout the book, she's walking around as bones, or just a skeleton. And, it's really amazing. I've never read anything else like it. And the dark character, I'm not going to tell you the name because that's the main climax of the book, and it has to do with him, and I'm not going to tell you. But it is just an amazing book. It really is. I mean, it's amazing. I really want to know if she wrote anything after this, because honestly, for a debut novel, or for a first time book or novel, this is amazing. I've never heard of it. If you've read it or heard of it, let me know, because I've never heard of this book, and I read all the time. I've never seen it in a bookstore. And I think that that's a real shame, because this is crazy good. It was published in 2011 by Penguin, so you should be able to get it at your bookstore. If not, I'm sure you could order it off Amazon. I found it at Ollie's Bargain Outlet. They have amazing books. So look around, see if you can find it, order it, do what you have to do to get it, because it's worth it. It is worth it. It is what I like to call a modern day classic. It will be that good in 50 to 100 years, but only if people realize that it's that good and read it, and a lot of copies get sold. And I really want to see this writer write something else. So, I mean, it's a wonderful novel. So, read it, like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me if you have read it. And I will see you soon with another review. And for my friends on Facebook, you can get this book at Ollie's. So, go pick it up. It's really good. It's worth the drive.